Is smog inspection going away in California? Smog shops are shutting down left and right. They're getting pink slips. They're going out of business, right? That's what we're hearing. Listen to this. I'm going to go over what might happen if Section 209 of the Clean Air Act gets modified, if it does. Before we get too far into this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the ring bell, and share my videos. Make sure to check out the video library for other helpful emissions deregulations videos and a ton of helpful DIY automotive videos as well. Okay, are smog check stations in California closing? I haven't seen it. Are people not getting notices to smog their cars anymore? They still are. Uh-oh. Okay, this is what I found out. This is what I heard, I guess you could say. My inside source. I spoke to a representative of the, what was it? Not Clean Air, I can't even think of the name of it right now. The Air Resource Board. They came and did inspections on our generator, diesel engines and stuff like that. And I was just picking his brain a little bit. He didn't have way too much insightful information, but he did mention a couple things. Now, if Section 209 of the Clean Air Act does get rescinded or modified to where California can't set their own emission standards, the smog inspection centers in California can continue to operate certifying vehicles to federal standards. Yes, that's going to make smogs a little bit easier to pass, but we are still going to have smog standards to follow. Now, people that want to do diesel deletes or take emissions components off of their vehicles, that's still not going to help, because according to the EPA, the federal EPA, it is illegal to modify your vehicle to take emissions components off of your vehicle, knowingly take it off, or put block-off plates, or modify anything that will cause your vehicle to not reduce emissions. And if you look at it, get into it a little bit deep, look up Tier 3 emissions to the federal standards. If California starts smogging vehicles to Tier 3 standards, that's pretty close to the tailpipe emission standards that we are currently following right now. And they say, well, there's going to be no more smog machines. They're getting harder and harder. Well, at the last CARB meeting, was it CARB or BAR? They mentioned, one of the two, they mentioned bringing up or starting to accept new contract bids for new smog machines. So are they kind of anticipating that they're going to have to smog vehicles to federal standards and actually do tailpipe emissions tests on all vehicles? Are we going to go back to like a TSI test, a 2500 RPM and an idle test? Or are we going to start using the rollers more? I was kind of wondering why they were opening up the door to get contracts for companies to provide smog machines, tailpipe emission smog machines to the state. I thought we were moving forward and we were going to start doing OIS tests on 96 and newer. That was another subject that they brought up in that CARB meeting or BAR meeting. So I thought we were moving to there. But now with the information that California can start smogging vehicles to federal emissions, and if they actually have to do a tailpipe test rather than a computer check, it kind of makes sense now. What do you think about this? Do you think smog check inspection centers are going out the door? Do you think California is going to lose the revenue of the licensing of the smog inspectors, the licensing of the smog station, of the ARDs, so which is that the automotive repair dealers? You got to have all those licensed to function. Do you think the state is going to give up that money that easily? I personally don't think so. And it's another possibility of what might happen if these so-called CRAs for emissions deregulations get passed. If you think that CARB is going to no longer function, think again, you guys. There's a ton of possibilities out there and nothing is set in stone. Make sure you do your own research. I will provide links in the description below for the federal EPA rule that it says you can't do any, changing of your vehicle to take emissions components off. You'll be able to go read about that yourself. Please, you guys, do some research. Stop listening to everybody out there. Don't even just listen to me. Make sure you go look at the CRAs that are passing and what they actually mean. I don't think the CRAs that are passing currently right now, especially H.J.Res 87, 88, and 89, which have not passed contrary to popular belief, I don't think those are going to stop smog inspections in California. They will, if those CRAs pass, we will no longer have a gas ban or an EV mandate or a big rig EV mandate. That is really what is going to happen if those CRAs pass. What we really need to see complete deregulation, actually I don't even know if it can be complete deregulation now, is Section 209 of the Clean Air Act needs to be modified to where California can't set their own emission standards. But it sounds like California can continue to do smog inspections to federal standards. I don't know. There's a lot that could be happening. Nothing is set in stone. And again, another point too, I forgot. CARB, California Air Resource Board, is not federally funded. It is funded by California. It's in their budget. And they say, oh, well, they're getting pink slips. They're going to be fired. There's going to be no more people to do the regulations. There's a few things going on there too. Look at DOJ. DOJ is cutting people left and right because they're just excessive employees to do jobs that less employees can do. So even if CARB gets DOJified and they cut positions in CARB, there's still going to be people there to perform the regulations of these emissions control rules. Think about it, you guys. Make sure to check out the video library for other helpful videos. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, comment below. If you have any helpful links for me to check out, make sure to comment below. I just posted a video on how you can look up CRAs yourself to see what has passed and what has not. You'll be able to find that video, yeah, up here, right here. Click on that so you could go look up CRAs yourself and see what has actually passed. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to do so. Check out the video library, and I will see you guys on the next, hopefully helpful video.